the first 5 seconds of any video is super important. Is it the same for a fight?
I think it depends on who you fight. I've fought some people who've come out like super hard in the first round, in the first like 5 seconds, and then other people, like especially more Thai fighters, come out a bit slowly. So I think it kind of depends. Like you can fight someone who is like all guns blazing, in those first 5 seconds you have to make adjustments to that. But if you fight someone who's not all guns blazing, you just kind of like can ride out and see how it goes.
And we will see how this fight goes very shortly. Can you talk to us a little bit about the lead up to the fight though?
So the lead up to the fight it was like 2 weeks notice kind of. Like I found out, I think just over 2 weeks before I fought. And so it was just kind of like, went from training it like all day, every day, just to like a higher intensity, and then like more rounds and stuff like that. And then had a really easy weight cut, and yeah.
Cool. Well, let's get this started. So you're at Lumpini here, shadow boxing on your way out. You've mainly fought at Lumpini. Most of your pro career has been at the stadium, correct?
Yeah, I think like 8 fights out of my 11 Muay Thai fights have been at Lumpini Stadium.
It's pretty crazy that to have that as your career.
Yeah, no, I do like fighting at Lumpini. I want to fight at other stadiums to get more used to, because I feel like when you fight the same place all the time, you kind of could get too comfortable. Like I noticed that when I fought like the first time in England, I think like last September, and then it was like a bit of a, like this is new. And it was the same when I fought in Super Champ in October. It was like the same stadium but a different promotion, but because it's new, it's like kind of a bit
a little different.
A little different. And so.
And you fought on Fairtex fight maybe 5 or 6 times?
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember. I think 5 or 6 times.
And then one Lumpini as well. That was a different experience, right?
Yeah, that was a different experience. I really liked that experience actually, because it was Fairtex fight is always in the morning, and one Lumpini was in the evening on a Friday as well. It was. That one I remember I was really nervous for that. Like, it was the first time I really felt like sick nervous. Yeah.
And how did you feel for this fight in the ring now? Were you nervous? Did you have butterflies, or you were pretty chill?
For Fairtex fight, I don't really. I think a lot of it has to do with it being a morning show. Like you just kind of wake up, have a little bit of something to eat, and then you just go and then you just fight. There's no real like lead up. Like when you fight in the evening, there's like the whole day where you're just like, refueling still, slowly getting ready, and then like it's a lot of a bigger build up. So I feel like there's more time for you to think and to actually get nervous.
Yeah, that makes sense. Did you know anything about your opponent?
No, I knew nothing about her. Usually, like as soon as I found out their name, I tried to look them up, but there was really nothing of her. Like her last fight that was on like YouTube was like from 8 years ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but she did fight like a few times before, but I think it was just like in some stadiums in Thailand, so there wasn't really much.
And we have Mark Abbott here announcing your name. How does that feel? You've looked pretty comfortable and relaxed, maybe a little nervous. Do you feel nervous?
Only in front of the camera. I don't know how to act.
If the camera is like...
Yeah, if the camera's like that, I don't know how to act, really. Like, especially because they get so close to you as well. I don't know if I should look at the camera or not. I remember one time, I just kind of stared at the camera because I didn't think the camera was showing me, so I was just staring at it, and then afterwards everyone was saying to me oh, you're just staring at the camera this. So yeah, so ever since then I haven't really looked at the camera.
You can see her sort of looking at the camera, maybe a little nervous. What I think in general you do want to look at the camera.
Yeah.
So you see the referee when Mark does a lot of his speeches and stuff. You look at the camera. Obviously, we are looking down slightly because the laptop is right here. There's a tail of the tape. She's a bit older than you.
Yeah.
Did you feel that made a difference in the fight?
No.
Yeah. And then here we get the first opening bell and the climatic first 5 seconds of the fight. Do you think it had a big impact, this first 5 seconds? Oh, got her with the right hand.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I just kind of went in because obviously I didn't really know anything about her.
Mm-hmm.
So I just thought like instead of, and also I don't really fight Thai style. Like whenever I try and fight Thai style, I usually lose. So you can see kind of like more kickboxing style. But I do clinch a lot in my fights, which is surprising for an ex-kickboxer.
You've changed your style a lot over the last maybe 6 months or so. You started just like doing hands and then clinching.
Yeah.
Would you say that is accurate?
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Why? And so far it's working for you well. She sort of grazed you with that right hand, but beautiful push kick.
Yeah, I like throwing push kicks. I used to throw a lot of head kicks, but I feel it's like sometimes in training we're always kicking like for body kick, and so I like, you know, in training you kind of do the same thing. So when you fight, I always kind of forget to throw head kicks.
And how are you feeling so far? It's about a minute down in this first round. How do you sort of keep track of the score? Do you have an idea of where you are in the fight?
I just like, at the end of the day, like I don't really care like win or lose, as long as like I can do as much as possible to try and win. Like for me, like I'm still not really like overly familiar with Muay Thai scoring, but for me it's just like I want to land the most shots. I want to hurt my opponent. Like that sounds probably a bit mean, but it's true.
Yeah, that's a point. I think in different scoring criteria, it's always damage, effective damage, basically.
Yeah.
Both internal and external. So nice little cheeky elbow from her there. It's probably one of the only times you were in a bad position in the clinch. Did you feel your hands were working well?
Yeah, like I definitely hurt her in the face, and I definitely mucked her up by the end of the fight.
Yeah, and again, you're doing a lot of sort of punching into the clinch. Were you aware of your positioning as you were getting into the clinch?
Yeah, what I try and do is I try and like hold the arms tight so they can't elbow me, because they're like I've seen so many horrible knockouts from like someone else going into the clinch and then getting elbowed and dropped or knocked out even.
That was the last exchange. She stalled pretty well.
Yeah.
You're pushing her back more. A lot of boxing to the face. How was her power so far?
She didn't really feel that strong, and like. Yeah, I think I've been hit harder, like by people in the gym, like Smilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smilla can hit hard. So you have Ulumi in the corner with you. What was that experience like?
That was really good. He was very calm in the corner. Like he just like made sure I was like got my breathing right, and then gave me water, and then like he was like very calm, very relaxed in the corner. And sometimes I don't like to like sit down. It depends kind of like, because when I was younger I never sat down in between rounds. My dad would always forget. So I'm not really used to sitting down, so sometimes I prefer not to sit down. But Andalumi just like, I told him, I was like, I don't want to sit down, and so he was like, okay, no problem.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
So there's some of the boxing, tagging her up in the face, and the DJ Sanook. Yeah, the little cutesy bubble heart thing.
Yeah, it's like from K-dramas, I think.
Yeah. Where did you think you were in the fight so far?
I think I won that round. Like I teeped her, like knocked
and
her
she
down.
fell down.
And then I landed like some good low kicks and 1 or 2 head kicks I counted. And then in the clinch I was scoring more, like with the knees.
So we go into the second round. Good. That's a good balance from you there. She almost swept you off your feet. She's getting her legs going a bit more and definitely being a counter fighter.
Yeah.
Do you feel she changed her style or tactics at all?
No, to me she felt kind of the same. Like she wasn't instigating though. She was like more countering. Like even the first round she was only really countering. I like doing that kick, like when they block and then I kick through to the other leg.
Yeah, that's always good. Good sort of pivot to the side from her and good push kick. But you're really, the jab especially lands a lot.
Yeah, my jab does really land. Sometimes I kind of don't really follow up on it. That's something I need to work on.
The jab into the leg kick. I think her leg might actually be hurt here. Do you feel any weakness in her leg?
Yeah, her leg was really weak. Then I kind of noticed whenever she could see my leg kick coming, she would move back.
And again, the hand. This round, you're not working as much clinches. Was that on purpose, or how did you feel?
Yeah, Illumi told me to try and stay on the outside and like throw punches, throw some body punches.
Yeah, a little bit. I wonder if the plowing. So you're only allowed 2 steps forward. I think that was maybe two.
Yeah.
But they'll still warn you.
Yeah.
Because it's been dangerous in the past. At the original Lumpini, someone got plowed out of the ring. Because you could just like grab the leg and just run.
Yeah. I remember Kennedy told me that.
Yeah.
Actually.
So again, just hand, like, it's basically this 1-2 all the time.
Yeah, 1-2. Sometimes like a body hook.
Yeah. Is that something, that's something you traditionally do in your fights, so you go bang, 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 bang.
Yeah. I used to like be really wary of throwing like any hooks because I had like quite like bad shoulder pain. So it's like whenever like I'd throw hooks, like I'd get pain in my shoulder. But I'm slowly getting comfortable doing hooks again, like in box sparring and stuff.
The Smilla, because we talked about her before, she has that really nice body
Yeah,
hook.
that's what I sometimes try to copy when I actually spar with her. Yeah, when I low kick there and she just step back.
Oh, and teep to the face.
Yeah.
Good body kick from her. Again, you're pushing her back, especially with these punches. Nice sway back here. So, end of the second round, how were you feeling after that round?
I felt that round was a little bit more close, but I still think I won. I think like I landed like lots of low kicks, punches. Obviously, like Muay Thai scoring is like different on like various different promotions, but I think Fairtex Fight kind of seemed to adopt like a similar scoring to One Lumpini, which is like aggression and like damage as well.
Yeah, it's interesting. Here's some of the replays, and so far, good hands from you, a beautiful knee, but she did a great job turning you there. Some just misses slightly there. You tag her with the jab twice, sort of like almost a jab, and then it sort of veered to the side. What was Iony telling you here?
I think he was just telling me the same, like to like keep on jabbing, kick her in the leg, and kick her in the body. No, not kick her in the body, like kick her in the head, like punch her to the body. Because every time, like I think I punched her in the body a few times, and she was weak in that area. But I'm still not really uber comfortable with punching to the body. I get too scared that I'm gonna get like elbowed or punched in the face.
There's a good jab. There's that 1-2 again. Oh, the leg is definitely hurt. You can see when it sort of bends to the side and then looks like a little red. Good stall from her there. Are you pretty familiar with that stall?
Yeah.
That is definitely something she picked up from Manop's gym.
Yeah. It's so, like that's one thing I'm also working on in clinching is just to try and like, because the stall happens a lot, but it's like sometimes it's easy to like get out of it and then do something back, and then other times it's harder. So it's just kind of getting used to being able to do that in a fight as well. Because obviously when you just are clinching, that's different to actually clinching in a fight.
And so you're using the same tactics. Do you feel like it was working well? Did you want to mix it up at all, or how were you feeling here?
I felt for her it was working. Like I still had good energy.
Yeah, beautiful left knee there.
I really do enjoy throwing these.
Yeah. She's doing, maybe, I think this might be her best round so far. Would you agree?
Yeah, I did feel like this was her best round.
Why do you think that is? Big head kick there from you.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. I don't really know like much about any of her fights. I would have said that she like would have been more like used to stadium fights based on it, because it's like the first 2 rounds were kind of like, you know, not relaxed, but weren't as much as the third round. But then I don't think she's fought like in many stadiums. I really don't know.
Yeah.
I think I'm just spitballing.
that's okay.
I'm just chatting shit now.
Chat shit, get banged. Oh, good kite kick from her there.
Good splits from me.
Yeah. Practicing your flexibility is always good. The jab, even when it's like not super directed, is landing like 80% of the time. There's that left knee again. How did she feel in terms of positioning in the clinch, like when you're locked up?
I think I wouldn't. I don't know if I would say that she was strong in the clinch, but she was solid. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like she was like not like some people when you clinch them, they're like strong in the clinch, but they're like wobbly, kind of like I don't know. But she was quite solid.
And here, to me, she has a bit of a swelling here. I think she did very well in the first minute or so, but it really seems to be fading. How were you feeling?
Yeah, I felt good ending that fight. I felt really good, especially like the marks on her face. Like she had one here, and then like
massive egg at the
there, and then at the top here.
Oh
and
yeah,
then on the other eye as well. And so I was quite happy. And then Alumi was happy, and Smilla as well. Like Smilla was just in the corner, just like.
Did she give you the thumbs up?
Funny thumb.
Yeah. What was the general feedback after this fight?
Like straight afterwards, like Alumi was like really good job. Like, and then Smilla was like, well done. Like, you know, you won, but then. Yeah.
So, I was obviously there commentating. Was it a split decision, unanimous? Do you remember?
I think it was. Unanimous.
The first round, you definitely won. The second round, I think, was closer.
Yeah, but I do still feel like I won that.
Yeah, you obviously look very confident.
Yeah.
You look pretty confident. She does not look like.
Yeah.
She does not look like she.
Yeah, and then here as well when she looks at her corner.
Yeah.
And then is like, oh, like.
Oh, and you are very bummed.
Yeah, I didn't actually notice that she went down.
And bowed.
Yeah, and bowed. I just kind of went, but then when I watched it back, I saw that she went down and bowed, and I felt really bad because I was like, oh, that's really rude. But I didn't realize that she did that because I was just like, I'm gonna get out of it.
So, how did you feel after the fight, and what is next for you?
I felt a bit like disappointed at first, and then I kind of was like, oh, like maybe I like didn't win, but then Alumi and Smilla like they just said like no, like we think you won that fight, and then like I called my dad as well, and he said the same thing, and then I was like, oh okay, like it's not just me then, and then I was just kind of disappointed with the decision, but that happens, and like I was happy with my performance. Like, you know, there's always things to improve on, always things to work on. But yeah, now that was 2nd of December, and now I fight again, I think on Fairtex fight on the 20th of January.
So very excited for that.
Yeah.
For those of you out in internet land, make sure to follow Iony on Instagram.
Yeah.
What is your handle?
It is Iony Lawrence _Fairtex.
So, and there'll be lots of excitement there. Thank you everyone for tuning in. She fights January 20th on Fairtex Fight, so that will be on YouTube as well. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.